Audio Jungle.
Welcome to Thronecraft News. I am Ito, your host for this week's news. This week's top news: a resistance forming against Morgamere, the coming of Razar and new organizations, and the death of the King of Soralis, unexpected shift in international politics. First top news this week is resistance forming against Morgamere. After a long time without known resistance, Morgamere is finally encountering people and groups resisting his power struggles. The first organization that was created in the fight against Morgamere is the BAB, the Black Arrow Blood, a guild that focuses on controlling vampires and werewolves, as well hunting down Morgamere. As of now, they have encountered Morgamere in several smaller battles, but they did not have any luck yet killing Morgamere or even winning a battle against him. But in second and more important news was the reappearance of Razar. Razar appeared in both cities of Urith and Stonehaven, and both cities did not react the same way. We now have a report from Wolf and Sprite. So tell us, Sprite, how did the people of Urith react to the coming back of Razar?
Well, Ito, in short, the people of Urith were quite pleased to see their god reappear. After such a long time, they did not hesitate to make him sacrifices and go on a wild vampire hunt on the same night.
Okay, and Wolf, how did the people of Stonehaven react?
I can tell you, Ito, Stonehaven is more skeptical for the return of Razar. They're very suspicious of him, preferring not to serve him.
And does Stonehaven forbid the worship of Razar, or even ban it as a crime?
As of now, Stonehaven has not officially banned the worship of Razar, but they do not appreciate it happening within the walls of their city.
Alright, thank you Sprite, and thank you Wolf. In other top news, the King of Soralis died. He was brutally killed last week in a death fight against the creature. From what we know and have heard from, the creature came to Soralis, as it also came to Stonehaven and also Urith, where it often attacked citizens and even killed citizens. But in Soralis, the king wanted to protect his fellow citizens and people, which is why he defied the creature in a one-man fight. He managed to save his people, to spare his people, but the creature killed him. In more news, Urith changes into a republic. The Parliament of Urith couldn't find a suitable heir to the throne of Urith, after even Arokinset refused the throne. They then decided to become a republic, and for all changes with the charters, they decided to give the former powers of the king to a president who would take care of foreign affairs. Currently, the president of Urith is Mycroft Newrint, the man who was prime minister of the provisional government and took Urith out of crisis. It can be questionable how that man in only 2 weeks managed to rise to the rank of president, also considering that he wrote the charter himself. In further news, the new King of Gunroth, or rather the short-lived King of Gunroth. After the forced resignation of President William of Gunroth, a new king was elected, known as King Ben. But King Ben only ruled Gunroth for a week, after he himself left the position, leaving Gunroth again with an empty seat. And finally, the killers discovered in Urith. Urith has finally found some peace, or at least it looks like it. A killer has been found, but sadly fled. More on this in a report from Sprite. Sprite?
Thank you, Ito. I'm here currently standing in the former house of Isaac Lathyrus, the man presumed to be the killer.
Alright, so tell us, Sprite, did the murders finally end in Urith, or is this just a small pause?
Well, Ito, we can't be for certain yet. As of for now, the murders have stopped in Urith. Crimes have generally been going down.
So was it presumably this Isaac then?
That is the belief theory, yes. Many facts and clues lead to this man to be the serial killer behind the earth, plaguing the city for months.
Do we know anything about his motives or what drove him to do these things?
The guard didn't find any motives except that of his insanity that can be seen in his former house.
Well, can you show it, Sprite?
Oh, yes, of course. Follow me. So as you see, we have many bloodstains on the floor and carved out messages on the walls.
Cameraman, could you please go to the messages? Oh yes, indeed.
Furthermore, the house is pretty much in a state, you know, very scruffy, in a mess.
Indeed, it seems this man had nothing more to do than murder these people. Well, thank you, Sprite, for this report. And,
no problem. Well, go back to the studio then.
This was Thronecraft News. Thank you for watching and see you next week.